Hello and welcome back to Gapeys Garden. It's been a super busy weekend. I started my plant sale and had quite a few customers, and I thought I'd go over what varieties of tomatoes and peppers sold the most quickly, as well as which ones were the least popular. I also had some vegetable and flower starts that sold really fast, and others I'm struggling to sell. So I thought I would show you how that turned out and see what I have still left. All right, let's jump right into the tomatoes and peppers. I only have 2 pepper plants left for sale. The ones that are left are Santaka, which is a Japanese variety. And then we've also got Goronong, which is a habanero type pepper. And I think if I probably would have put habanero on the pepper, it might have sold more quickly because people probably aren't familiar with that particular variety. But that's what I have left. And the first ones to sell were the jalapenos and the paprikas. And I had 2 varieties of paprikas and 4 varieties of jalapenos, and they were gone in the first day. I still have 14 tomatoes left here for sale, and I did plant extras because I intended to donate some to a local farm, and hopefully I'll still have some to donate. But the ones that I still have left mostly are some of the Midnight Romas. I've still got 3 of those, and I did start extras of that particular variety because I knew they would be really popular. So I'm kind of surprised I still have 3 left. And then another one that was not very popular is persimmon. So this is a beefsteak variety. I believe it's pretty orange color, and I'm surprised I still have 3 of those. I think I've only sold 1 of them. And then another one that's didn't sell very well is the micro dwarfs. So I guess it's not too surprising because people probably aren't too familiar with micro dwarfs and want bigger, better tomatoes. But I've got let's see, Fat Frog, and I've got a Bendigo drop here and a Shimo Fury. And Shimo Fury is supposed to be a variegated tumbling variety, but this particular plant doesn't have any variegation, so I'm not sure if it will get any or not. But as far as which ones sold the most quickly, they were all cherry tomatoes. So I don't have any cherry tomatoes left other than the dwarfs here. All the rest of these are larger varieties. But for cherry tomatoes, the first to sell out was the black strawberry. And I actually accidentally sold all of them, so I didn't have one left to plant in my garden. But honestly, I haven't heard very good things about that variety. It's, I guess, not very tasty, but it is a pretty tomato. So I'm not too disappointed I don't have that one. But I did go to a local friend here that was also selling tomatoes and picked up an indigo pear drop tomato, which I was really looking forward to growing. And then another one that sold out pretty quickly is the Perfection in Pink, which is a pretty unique variety. I don't think it's very popular or well known, as well as egg yolk. So those 3 were the quickest to sell out. And egg yolk is another one that's kind of rare and probably no one has ever heard of. But I did manage to save 1 of each of those for my garden. Let's take a look at the herbs now. I've got some parsleys. I started a lot of parsley, and surprisingly, nobody seems to want the curly parsley. I've got curly parsley and the flat leaf, and the flat leaf definitely sold more quickly than the curly. I still have some more curly parsley in the greenhouse that I haven't set out, but I still have a ton of that, so I'll definitely be donating that. I've also got quite a few of the celeries left. I didn't have too many of those sell. And my basil is all sold out. I had 3 different varieties. I had the sweet basil, purple basil, and Thai basil, and the sweet basil sold out way faster than all the others, so I definitely need to start more of those next season. And then we've got our greens here. The greens aren't too popular. I still have a ton of Swiss chard, and then I've also got a ton of kale. And I know from past experience, kale doesn't sell all that well, so I didn't start as many as I usually do. I still have, I think, 4 or 5 different varieties here. And I also grew collards for the first time in a while, and I know especially that is very hard to sell. So I only had 2 available for sale, and I didn't sell those 2 until yesterday, which I am pretty surprised they sold it all. Now, the last few years, I sold out of eggplant really quickly, so it's not something that I really grow much of, so that's why I don't typically plant a lot. But I know a lot of people do like it, so I decided to plant lots of extras this year, so I still have a bunch of them left, so I may have started too many, but I'll probably have some to donate. But the first ones to go were the purple long eggplants, and the last one to go is the white eggplant. So I've got 6 of the white ones left, and then I've got 4 of these ones called Little Finger. So that is, and I just have 1 of the purple left. I didn't grow any of the large Italian varieties because I didn't have any seeds, and I also don't like those very much. I prefer the Asian eggplants, which these all are. I have 2 trays of squashes, melons, and cucumbers. I still have quite a few cucumbers left, surprisingly. Those usually sell pretty fast. I've got 3 melons left. Those were a little slower to sell. I think a lot of people don't grow melons here because they really take a longer season, but I did have some short season varieties. So those ones should grow pretty well here. I still have 3 of the chamoy melon, I think it's called. But I had a few other varieties as well, but they're all gone. And then the summer squashes sell much more quickly than the winter squashes. I've only got 1 of the white scallops left. All the zucchinis are gone, but I did start some more because I know they grow pretty fast, and I'll be able to donate those if I want. And we've got 5 of the winter squashes left, and I've got a few different varieties here: Buttercup, Table Queen, and Butterbush. Down here I've got some baby tomatillos. Those sold out pretty quickly. I had poor germination on my tomatillos and my ground cherries, so those both sold really fast. I started more of the tomatillos, and they're still pretty small, but I'll be potting those up here soon and put them available for sale. But I didn't start more of the ground cherries, unfortunately, so I definitely need to grow more of those next year. My flowers seem to sell more quickly than they usually do, which is great because I usually have a ton of flowers left over after my sale. Probably the least popular flower that I had for sale is the Status. I've still got 2, 4, 6, 8 of those left, so I probably won't start as many of those next season. Let's see, we've got straw flowers and Veronicas. Those actually, the Cosmos too, I started these a little bit too late, so they didn't actually make it to my sale over the weekend. So I just got those potted up, and any late comers will be able to purchase those. Another one that didn't sell extremely well is the Celosia. These are ones that I got from Floret. So I still have 9 of those left. And then the flowers that sold the most quickly are the zinnias. Those went super fast, as well as the nasturtiums, snapdragons, and sunflowers. And I did start more sunflowers, so I'll have more of those available soon. But they grow super fast, so they should be ready in a couple weeks. And we've got 2 marigolds left here. And I started my marigolds way too early. You can see how huge they are. They've already started getting flower buds. So those should be opening up here pretty soon. But that's pretty much how the plant sale went. I had quite a few customers and have sold lots of plants, but I still have quite a few plants left. So if you're local and want to stop by, let me know. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.